Now, massive build-up to the Amir Khan-Marco Antonio Barrera fight in Manchester at the weekend. We can go back to Manchester where there's been a press conference and join Craig Slater.
Yes, it was a press conference, a news conference with a difference, and lots more excitement than we usually have in these gatherings, pre-fight gatherings in the UK, largely because of this man alongside me. It's Don King, of course. But Don, Amir Khan against Marco Antonio Barrera. You've been beating the drum for Marco Antonio Barrera, but surely our man's got a chance, Amir Khan?
Well, first let me say to all the people of England that we lost a great man in Reggie Guttridge. And Reggie Guttridge left an unfillable void. My deepest sympathy goes out to his family and his friends, but he lived a great life. He made a lot of friends, and he walked the walk and he talked the talk. So Reggie, Godspeed. I hope to see you on high one day. But I think it's just so wonderful that England could produce a man of the stature, the esteem, the integrity, and the human worth and dignity of Reggie Guttridge. Now, back to the more mundane...
Might I just say, Mr. King, I mean, he commentated on many great fights on Sky, including Evander Holyfield against Mike Tyson 1 on Sky Box Office. Now, that was a big upset for you. Couldn't this one be?
Yes, this will be a big upset. It would be just like that in the spirit of what he just said of Reggie Guttridge. You know what I mean? This will be another big upset because everybody here, and justifiably so, because I love Amir Khan too. And I think that he's just a remarkable young man. When I first saw him, I likened him to an early stages of Sugar Ray Robinson. However, they have awakened a sleeping giant. And in Africa, when you awaken the sleeping giant, anything can happen because the elephant, he again tramples everything he sees. So I think that the timing was great because Frank said he had no gas in the tank. He was in the desert without water. Freddie Roach said this was a great step to greatness because the man was finished. He has nothing left. They gave a post-mortem on the poor guy named Marcos Antonio Barrera. But they forgot about me. I motivated and inspired Marcos Antonio Barrera. So on Skybox, the only place to be if you're going to watch TV, you better tune in quick, right away. Because Rupert, this is another one. We launched you before, Rupert. Now we're doing it again. And so it's going to be a great, great resurrector for boxing because look at this, the fight, a sellout. 2-3 days before the fight is completely sold out, 600 tickets, which means nothing. We've also taken care of the troops. We have gave the Vanguard tickets so that they could come because they put themselves in harm's way to protect us so that we can have a skybox, so that we can be able to enjoy the liberties and the safeguards and securities of freedom. Now we are at the MEA Arena via Skybox. For those who can't see it on the scene, check it out on the screen, Skybox. And it's going to be tremendous because Marcos Antonio Barrera will knock out Amir Khan. I'm sorry to say that, and please forgive me, but we're going to bring Amir Khan back. I promise you that. We will dust him off and bring him right back into the fold, and we will make him new again because he's only 22 years old. He's got a long life to live. Live the life you love and love the life you live. That's what we do here in the UK. I love you, UK. I love the people of the UK. Long live the Queen.
Wonderful stuff. But if I could, because you know boxing like nobody else, 4 decades plus in the game, where do you rank Marco Antonio Barrera amongst the great Mexican legends? He wants to be the first to win a title at 4 different weights. You're convinced he's going to do it, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I think he will have cuatro. He will have the 4 different weights when he goes into the ring. This is going to be the major stepping stone for him, too. Just reverse the hype, the glory, the perception that they put with Amir Khan. You reverse that and flip the coin, and it'll be Marcos Antonio Barrera. He has to win this fight. It's do or die for him. He's fighting for the Mexican people from every hill, every dale, every nook and cranny. He's fighting from the days of Pancho Villa, Emiliano Zapata, Hidalgo, to Juan Benitez Juarez, to Morales. All of the great leaders that were there in Mexico, their spirit is hovering over him now saying, Viva Mexico, Viva Mexico. So the young man is not fighting for himself. He's fighting for the people. And when you fight for the people, there's no charge that could be able to move you from what you do. Victor Hugo said many years ago, it's an idea whose time has come, and nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. Marching armies cannot override that idea. The idea here is on Skybox, you will witness history in the making. They can't take that away from you. So don't go to get no coffee or no beer or nothing. When you see the fight coming up, sit down. Get all your stuff beforehand. Preparation prevents frustration. You know, you don't want to be able to deal with it. You want to be able to live with it. So now watch this history as it unfolds right before your eyes on Skybox. Those who are sitting in the audience that will see it live in color on the scene, you will check it out in color on the screen. So it's going to be a great day, a momentous occasion. But when we knock out Amir Khan, and please forgive me, Amir, but we will bring you back, you know, but you have to have faith. Faith. Barrera is a war machine. He's coming in with two strong hands. Yes, he's old, but do we cast our agent aside? Do we cast him to the curb? You know what I mean? Every agent will have to be promoting and hollering for Barrera. You know what I mean? 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1, all for Barrera. Stand up and holler, yay, Barrera. You know what I mean? We're going to go out there and do it because they're casting us aside as though we don't count anymore. Because you're old, you're through? No, that's not true. We got to keep on fighting, and boy, on Skybox, you're going to get it all in detail. You know, and you might even get it in HD. Who knows? Skybox does funny things. Rupert Murdoch, I love you.
Mr. Don King, an absolute pleasure. Always understated as ever, Don King, in the build-up to this, but what a show we're in prospect for. Just a little side issue for you, which maybe Don doesn't know if you're superstitious at all. This hotel that Marco Antonio Barrera and Don King are staying in was the same hotel Jose Mourinho's Inter Milan stayed in the build-up to the Manchester United game. They lost. Is that a bad omen for Marco or not? We'll find out at the weekend. Exclusively.
Manchester, hear my cry. Victory. Are you for us? Yay, yay, yay. Manchester, victory today. We will win, but Liverpool too.
He's not superstitious, clearly.
Thanks, Craig. Thanks very much indeed. Just to confirm, that fight is live on Skybox on Saturday night. Now, from Don King to Dowie Morris, who joins us for our regular rugby. You've got to follow that,
How can I
Dowie.
follow the great Don King? Amazing.
It's setting up for a
amazing.
fantastic fight on Saturday
It
night.
is. You don't have to interview him, do you? Just ask one question and off he goes. Brilliant.
He's paid by the word, I think.
I'm
Now
sure he
then,
is.